Shalom, shalom to the 144,000 the elect. Before I get started, let me give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rokah Quadash, double honor to the apostles and elders of great millstone. Peace and blessing to the brothers that are preaching the truth in the four winds of the earth. May Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, have mercy upon you. I got a video goes into trying to watch my choice of words because it's anytime you show fights, violence, you have to be careful what you can and can't show. But that's a good thing that you see a lot of reaction right here in this video right here. That the first one I'm gonna play is you can't really see, but all you see is a bunch of people, a bunch of so-called white people and so-called black people exchanging blows. But we know who came out the winner because it's a video shows violent assault goes viral. Police say they're investigating. Hey, this happened in Cincinnati. I think they got some kind of music festival down there in Cincinnati, and you notice the wordplay that they do whenever Jake involved. When I say Jake, mainly the so-called black man, but we all are Jakes, including men and women, out of the tribe, which is Jacob's children, which is 12 tribes of the children of Israel. So we all consider to be Jake, but most time when I be referring to Jake, I be referring to the so-called black man, and when I'm talking about a so-called black woman, I say Eve, right? Because that's exactly who we are. We are those people. But I said that to say that anytime they refer to us, anytime when we take up arms or have a confrontation to where 2 or 3 of whooping on one so-called white man, we're thugs and criminals. But when the so-called white man does it, they are what? They are, those terms don't come up. Thug, terrorist, white man just shooting police officers. Just did a video on him, gunning down police officers. Not one time did they call him a terrorist or call him anything other than man goes what's the reason why he did what he did or whatever. Not one time did they call him a terrorist or a thug. Not one time. And he actually took lives. And I'm gonna go into that Cincinnati crap. And it's a great thing that the video I'm gonna show with these cops is gonna deal with this traffic stop. That when these cops pulled this dude over from this young man out of Florida, and they would commence the whooping on his ass. They don't call them thugs. But this is what we in. But notice here that we are definitely in the times of Judah rising up against his enemies. We're in those times. And Judah happens to be what? The so-called black man, which is the one that is the least in this society called America. That everyone's against, including our women. So hey, but the scriptures speak and goes into great depth concerning us rising up against our enemies. Judah first, and then the rest of the tribes against our enemies. So hey, let's hit these videos out here. This first one right here is violent assault investigation. You can't really see, which is a good thing because I wouldn't be playing it if you could see it real good. But it's another video. I'm gonna put that down in the comments if I can remember. That another video down there that shows everything. So here we go.
Viral video shows a fight break out in the middle of the street in downtown Cincinnati, and police chief, state leaders now releasing harsh words for those involved, including the ones who recorded the video instead of jumping in to help or even dialing 911. News 5's Sean McKinnon joining us live outside District 1 headquarters with what we know about the investigation into that video, Sean.
Yeah, Councilmember Mark Jeffries said this fight happened at 3 a.m. today. We've got new video tonight as police piece together exactly how and why this started, and state lawmakers take notice. A massive fight between more than a dozen people in the middle of the street. At 4th and Elm, just a block uphill from Paycor Stadium. Videos posted online show punches and kicks being thrown, continuing after a man is knocked to the ground. As the fight goes on, videos show a man punching a woman, knocking her unconscious. Chief Teresa Thigi called it a sudden dispute between individuals following a verbal altercation, saying, "I am in complete disgust waking up to the viral video many of you have now seen. The behavior displayed is nothing short of cruel and absolutely unacceptable. Our investigative team is working diligently to identify every individual involved in causing harm." The fight spreading on social media. State lawmaker Cecil Thomas, who represents parts of Cincinnati, saying it's unacceptable under any standard, and those involved should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. Therefore, as your state representative, I trust that there will be a full and complete investigation of this incident by the Cincinnati
House nigga, y'all. You see him, house nigga. It's just like when that incident happened on the boat down there in Montgomery, when the brother threw the hat up in the air. You know, y'all got to understand that we're still in Esau's kingdom, man. We don't, y'all always trying to insert your rights. It's just like this brother at the video I'm gonna show in a minute. This dude, that brother, y'all always talking about y'all got rights. Y'all don't have the same rights as the so-called white man. Those amendments that were made was not made. Your ass was in slavery when they were doing that. Just because they pay taxes and you pay taxes, don't mean the same. But everything else, they get breaks on everything else. You might pay. They pay for a home. They might pay $60,000 for a home with a 1% or 2%. And you pay for a home, you might pay $200,000 for $250,000 for the same home, and you have a 9% or 10%. Come on, man, it ain't the same.
Incident by the Cincinnati Police Department and to bring charges against all involved. And the president of the union representing officers calling the violence disgusting, saying what's equally disgusting is those who chose to watch and record instead of calling 911, attempting to defuse the situation or render aid. I have full faith in the Central Business Section investigators. They will make arrests in the near future. It will then be the responsibility of the court system to hold these violent thugs accountable.
Yeah, thugs. Why they gotta be thugs? Why just can't be people having a disagreement? It's quite clear that they've been drinking. They're downtown. What do people do when they go downtown? They drink and so-called have fun, right? They drink, so they're intoxicated. So hey, things happen. But now that it's a so-called white man got the worst of the ass whooping, now it's thugs. They thugs.
And thousands of people attended Cincinnati Music Fest last night. The chief of police said this fight is not connected to Cincy Music Fest in any way. Police have not announced any arrests yet. Live outside District 1 headquarters.
Well, you can believe them niggas going to, because I can't put it on a thing to put it on him. I'm going to use my damn pen right here, man. I'm going to use my pen right here. These right here is brothers right here. Right here, all these right here. Right here, these are white people here, white people here, white people. That's E's in the middle of it. Who knows? E might have started the whole damn thing. Because there's a video down here. Let me scroll it up right quick. I ain't going to play it because this is the one that actually shows. Good, I ain't got to put it down in the thing. Okay, you see this video right here? This video right here. This got everything in it. But I'm not going to play it. This one right here. And the name of it, and it's on Fox News. Cincinnati police ID 4 suspects in viral beating of man and woman. Here it is right here. This is an hour ago, right? It was an hour ago. I don't know if I'm gonna put it right up, but this is an hour ago. So This shows everything, right? But I'm gonna scroll back up here. I gotta make my point. I might put it in the end though. I might. You know, a lot of y'all don't like going through the video, right? Let's play this right here, which is the that 8 hours ago, which it might be about 10 hours ago, because I got something I got to take care of before I actually post this thing. And for some reason, Esau messing with the man. Look, man, y'all don't know what I had to go through to put these damn videos up, because you know they constantly messing with my views, my everything, the uploading. Sometimes I had to do it 2 or 3 times just to try to get it uploaded. Sometimes I had to do it over. This is a headache that I've been going with for a minute. At least about like a year, almost 2 years. They really been laying on me heavy. So here we go.
In the video, you should contact Cincinnati. In the video, you should contact Cincinnati Police or Crime Stoppers. Those numbers are on Fox19.com.
Hold up, y'all.
Reporting in the West End.
I got it back. Let me get it back.
In the video,
circulating on social media that appears to show a violent group fight. It allegedly happened Friday night at Elm and 4th Streets downtown.
See what she said? The first thing she said, a violent group fight. A fight. They was fighting each other. He just happened to get the worst end of it. So now let's see if they're gonna call them thugs again.
Streets downtown. Our Alexis Martin has been speaking with city leaders to learn more about what happened. Alexis?
the local leaders that I spoke with say that the video is scary for many reasons and extremely hard to watch. They say it's unbelievable that this could happen, and no bystanders called 911 while the fight was happening.
The video is not only vicious, but it's horrifying.
It was appalling to see.
How many times you seen Jake fight one another and stomp each other's head and kick them to the head? And why is it that the video is so graphic? Because now, I mean, it's a so-called white man getting his head beat in by a couple of black dudes. We see this shit all the time on TV, but no one's outraged about that.
To see what was going on.
Right now, you're seeing short clips of videos circulating social media showing a fight on Friday night at Elm and 4th Streets downtown. Because of copyright rules, we cannot show you the full video, but you can see a large group of people surrounding a man continuously punching another man while a group of people watched, sometimes joining in.
The people that just stood around and videotaped it and watched instead of trying to do something about it, whether it was call 911, whether it was try to defuse the situation, render aid.
Yesterday, a witness who wanted to remain anonymous says she saw the altercation from start to finish, and there was more to the fight than what was captured on video. We reached out to police today for additional information about...
Listen, man, one thing for sure, ain't no damn so-called black person going to do, or just go up and attack a so-called white person for no reason. That shit just don't happen. It don't happen. White people, a white person can go in the most dangerous neighborhood. I don't give a damn whether in California, in Chicago, or St. Louis, all the most dangerous place, New Orleans, that violence is constant. A goddamn white man can walk through there and walk through that neighborhood and won't even say, hey, who you are, what you doing, or nothing. He can just walk through that motherfucker. Nobody gonna say anything to him. Huh? Let my black ass go do that and try to do that in neighborhoods across the country with people that look just like me. There's a great chance they would delete my ass. You know what I'm saying? So this is the y'all, all that old wordplay shit. Esau, man, y'all not up on game with Esau's wordplay now, man, by now, man. I guess you're not. Because, most of y'all not in this truth. Most of y'all don't give a damn about this truth. All you care about is yourself. American people are some selfish ass people, man. Including our own people. They selfish as hell. I don't think about nobody but themselves. Let's hear this shit on out, then I'm gonna go to the next video.
About about what happened and have not heard back. But on Saturday, CPD Chief Teresa Fiji did send out a statement calling the behavior cruel and absolutely unacceptable, but has not released any more details on the fight. FOP President Ken Kober says investigators have identified people in the video and are working to identify more.
That's why people are afraid to go downtown, because it seems like every weekend something like this is happening.
People who? White people afraid to go downtown? Say what it is.
This is happening. It's just a terrible look for the city.
Ohio State Representative Cecil Thomas says this situation could have ended quickly if people used their phones to call police instead of taking videos.
If you want to live in a safe...
See, that dude, the one that they was, ass they was whooping, it's on that other video. Y'all can put it up. That's why I went to it and showed it what it was and what the name of it. Go to it. You know, they love that N-word. They love that N-word, y'all. They love that N-word. That's why, that's the, if a so-called white man getting his ass stumped out to that degree, that's a great chance he used that N-word. And he was bold with it. He was bold with it.
Safe community, a safe environment, it has to be a collaboration between the police and the community.
Seth Walsh, a City of Cincinnati council member, says this was one of the hardest videos he's had to watch in a long time.
I've been watching a video like this. If it makes anybody question if they want to come downtown, then we are failing as a city. And I can't say that in strong enough terms.
Cincinnati police say the fight was not connected to the Cincinnati Music Festival happening just a few blocks away. But Walsh says the video goes against everything this weekend is supposed to be about.
We should be having fun as a city. We should be talking about how great the weekend was. This shouldn't be the headline. The fact that it is means we need to do more.
Now, the news media gonna push this shit anyway, the negative images. But hey, right now, look at this video. It's fair right in line. It's fair right in line right here, y'all. What is this? 2 minutes. Y'all remember this brother here? I think this was about like, well, this here was about 6 days ago. Well, I know it was a little later than that, but they probably put up. Well, I know it was a little later than that when the video came up and showed. But this is 6 days ago, 7 days ago. So let's just see a little of this here. Let's see if we're gonna call these cops thugs.
Exit the vehicle now! Exit the vehicle! Show me your hands.
Here.
Violent moments captured on camera during a traffic stop in Jacksonville, Florida. This February video going viral after driver William McNeil Jr., who filmed it inside of his car, posted it Sunday, drawing swift reaction since. It shows an interaction with police already in progress, including the moment an officer breaks McNeil's window and strikes him in the face.
Can you call your supervisor? All right, go for it. Exit the vehicle now!
Look like all he did was ask for the supervisor. I ain't went in great depth in the video or whatever. I'm gonna read some comments though. I didn't go in great depth, but I mean, is all that necessary? You broke the window. The guy standing there with his hands up. I mean, he's standing there, sitting there with his hands up. All I heard him say before the guy broke the thing is call your supervisor. But you know, like I said earlier, y'all be thinking, Jake be thinking they got rights, man. Y'all don't have no fucking rights, man, in this devil's kingdom, man. This is their kingdom. This is why they can treat you like a damn dog. Which they treat their dogs better than they treat a so-called black man any day.
Now, exit the vehicle! Show me your hands.
Here.
But the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office says that the video doesn't tell the whole story.
Social media is not reality. One video clip, devoid of context, can be very misleading.
The sheriff tonight releasing Officer Warren.
I mean, it's clearly that he wasn't violent. I mean, that's enough for me. See, me one video taken can show he clearly not what such. I mean, this shit is. I mean, what the hell is you talking about, house nigga? What is you talking about? It's clearly that this guy didn't raise his hand at anyone. So why he had to be punched in the face? You could have roughed him up and took him out and whatever. The guy is not. He's not showing any signs of him being what showing any force. So what are you talking about? Let's just hit this nigga on out.
Officer-worn body camera footage showing McNeil pulled over for driving without headlights in the rain. They say he wouldn't provide his license and registration. You can hear officers repeatedly warning McNeil that if he did not comply with getting out of the vehicle, they would break his window and put him under arrest.
Open the door and exit, or we are going to break the window. Open the door and exit, or we are going to break the window.
What is your reason?
The sheriff says none of the involved officers violated criminal law, but an administrative review is ongoing.
Yes, there absolutely was force used by the arresting officers, and yes, that force is ugly. And just because force is ugly does not mean it's unlawful.
NBC News has not spoken to McNeil directly, but his lawyer says he's still recovering.
All right, y'all, let me, he got an E representing him. Let me read these comments. Hold on, y'all, I'm gonna get this commercial out of the way. I ain't do a video on this here. I was waiting for certain things.
His teeth actually went through his lip when he was slammed to the ground. So he's still recovering and dealing with those injuries.
His attorney says they plan on filing a lawsuit. Marissa Parra, NBC News.
Okay, now, let's go to the comment. Let's see if we can get, because normally the comments have a little more of information concerning the incident. Okay, info withheld. That fact strike was completely unneeded. Yeah, it was unneeded. He wasn't okay, if he was resisting, he didn't want to do what you told him to do what you do. Do that require to be a cop to assault you? Hell no. Social media is not reality. No. But getting sucker punched by an out of control cop who knows he's not going to face any consequences is reality. Now let's see if anybody gonna defend this. I mean, that makes perfect sense. Sucker punched. 104 replies. Any reason why the driver wouldn't give the police his documents showing insurance, registration, and license? I seen in the beginning of the video, he said he said something about a supervisor. I mean, again, you know, Jake be stupid as hell now. Like I say, y'all think y'all got special rights, saying they think you got rights like the so-called white man in his kingdom. You do not. You do not. So the best thing for you to do is what? To just do what they tell you to do, because you can't win. How are you gonna win? All you gonna do is cause yourself pain and what? And money. You're gonna cause yourself to go through the system, you know, on insurance. I mean, on not insurance, but on probation or whatever. Any reason? Let's see what the guy say. Any reason why the driver wouldn't give the police his documents showing insurance, registration, and license? Any reason why, when asked to get out of the car, the driver refused? So you won't give documents and won't step out of the car. So I guess case closed. See, this is a white man here, so-called white man, and let him go. Laugh out loud. I mean, they were going to have to get very physical with the man regardless to get him out of the car. No, he didn't. See how the justification Esau justify this guy getting his ass whooped. The guy clearly, when he got punched, he didn't get violent. He still raised his hand. But here you got a red devil right here saying that case closed, meaning case closed because he didn't give him give him license or documents or registration or license or whatever. So case closed. So what the police did from that point was justified. This is what he's saying now. Here you go again. The same guy was curtain closed 21. This is a clearly a so-called white guy though. Okay, you talk about the documents like they are what? They are junk mail. Do every stop you need to show license, insurance, and registration. If you can't do that, driving isn't for you. I'm just reading verbatim, y'all. So if it sounds weird, it's on them. What is going to accomplish if he would have complied with the officers, if be followed? directions, I can what? Guarantee you he doesn't have a broken window or has to be physically removed from the vehicle. Curtain closed. Let me see what that guy. Let me see something. Yeah, that was him. They now somebody responding to this guy that okay, called Curtis Close, which is this so-called white guy here. There's a difference between a punch and being tackled or pulled. That punch was not justified. It wasn't. Now let's see what the devil says. When I say the devil, I'm talking about the so-called white man. He responded to him. He said, "You can what? Argue the punch was overboard, but the glass was breaking, and the driver was physically going to get dog walked regardless. No easy way to get some. See, they're so used to us getting our ass beat and we not doing anything about it. That's a normal routine for the so-called white man to see us get our ass beat. No easy way to get somebody out of the car. Ain't that something? When they don't what? When they don't want to. Yeah, he wasn't. They could have clearly pulled him from the car without punching him in his face, right? And placing his head on the pavement. Have you ever tried it knowing what the person has on them? The reason so much stuff goes on in a certain community with police, a certain community, you know you was referring to them. This is a racist. Ooh, Lord. With police is that they have problems with authority and direction. Even when they are doing something wrong, they will or want to what? To combat it with the police. Well, you know, that's true. They want to instead of you just, what that is, 5:25, what that, Matthew 5:25? Let me read it right quick. It wasn't even, I'm not going to go in on, but, I mean, you know, there are lessons within lessons. I think that's Matthew 5:25, right? Matthew 5:25. Agree with thy adversary quickly, while thou art in what? In the way with him. Lest at any time the adversary delivers thee to the judge, and this is exactly what's going on. And the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison. Even though he hadn't done anything, this is the level of what's going to happen to a so-called black man when he's not complying with authority, which is 9 times out of 10 the so-called white man getting punched in the face and in the mouth for no reason. Let's get one more, which is Psalms 125. Psalm 125. Hold up, y'all. Psalms. Yeah, it is 125. Psalm 125 and verse 125 and 3. Psalm 125 and verse 3. For the rod of the wicked shall not rest upon the lot of the righteous, lest what? Lest the righteous put forth their hands unto what? Unto iniquity. Jake wicked. It's clear that Jake, look at that all old long hair on his head. It's clear that Jake is he's a wicked dude, man. He's a 2/3. So, you know, y'all gotta understand that 2/3 of our people, they wicked as hell. They're not trying to come back to their a lot of y'all don't. I mean, you can't not claim that you are not a Hebrew Israelite. I mean, you can not claim it all day long, but that's what you are, right? It's just like me saying I don't want to be no black man no more. I mean, which is ignorant. I'm just saying black man because y'all, and that's what most of you all know, that thinking that we are what? That we are so-called black, black people. When that's a negative term that they give, that are people that they treat negatively, right? So hey, that's just foolishness and madness that y'all repeat on a daily, and I see this all day long, man. Where y'all be coming up against this truth. For what reason? Because you want, a lot of you all want this devil's kingdom to continue. A A lot of you all want this, and a lot of you all want to continue to be harassed and treated, and blown away in the streets, blood scattered, and your blood, and your ancestors' blood and bones are already scattered in the four corners of America, and yet y'all still want to what? Still want to allow them to what? To their kingdom to continue. But guess what? The Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, the Yahweh is going to send his son down here, Yahweh Shai, to what? To redeem us, man, out of the hands of our enemies, man. So, let's go back up here. I don't really want to go. I want to go into Jake. Really, my main focus was on this video here, which was up here with this. Let me hold up real quick. I know you're gonna give me a commercial. Bear with me for a second. I knew they were gonna. This is my main focus point.
Headquarters, Sean McKinnon, WLWT News 5.
Talking about anyway. Let's get a. See, can I get? That's what I want to put up there right there. All right. You know, this is my main focus was this right here. This damn fight right here that happened, but I can't play the one that was down there, y'all. Y'all had to, I already showed it to you. You got to go to it yourself, right? Anyway, man, ain't no clear picture of it though. Well, that might be a good thing. There ain't nothing clear on it. You know what? I'll leave that on there. Cause I say violent assault investigation with 4th Street, Elm Street of Cincinnati. Okay, let's get into the scriptures, right? First off, I'm gonna start on because, like I said earlier, that Jake Judah, which is a so-called black man, the Heavenly Father is gonna what? Just listen up. This is let's start on Genesis 49 and verse 9. Judah, which is the head tribe of all the tribe, which is a so-called black man. This is why they treat us so harshly in the manner that they treat us. Esau Edom is very aware that Judah is that young lion that's going to rise everyone else up and against what? Their enemies. Judah is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, thou art gone up. He stooped down. He couched as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up? Because right now, most of you all sleep. But Esau Edom going to force your hand, force a lot of you all's hand, and a lot of you all are going to rebel when most of you all are going. In other words, he's going to force your hand. A lot of you all are going to rebel. You're going to have no choice but to rebel because of your conditions, and your conditions, the worst conditions that you can have when you've been in a country is food and water. What are you going to do? I know most of you are going to take the MOTB, you know, but the MOTB, after a while, the MOTB is not going to be useful to you. It's not going to be useful. Because one thing about people, they love destroying things and tearing up things. Then once they tear it up, then they take everything out of all the stores. Then after a certain length of time, you're not going to have that. You're not going to have it. But the point is, in this lesson is concerning Judah rising up, and as the rest of the tribe rising up, but mainly Judah, because he's the one going to rouse the other brothers, which is out of the 12 tribes of children of Israel, is to come against our enemies. But Esau ain't done yet now. Esau is not done. Rest real quick. Let's go to Psalms 18 and verse 38. I have wounded them. That they were not able to rise. Because the Heavenly Father put the spirit on us, man, to be, you know, just like bitches. Most of them. Most of these jakes are just like women. Why? Because most of these jakes was raised by women. So they have what? That's why you get the reaction that you get out of these jakes. And they always talk about mama. Mama. They never talk about daddy because daddies are not in the homes. I have wounded them that they were not able to rise. They are falling under my feet. That means we're under the feet of all our enemies, man. And we're not going to come from under the feet of all our enemies until Yahweh Shai come here to what? And to save us out of the hands of our enemies, man. But in the process of us waiting for Yahweh Shai, at some point, Judah is going to rouse the rest of them up. Look at what happened in the four corners of America. The so-called black man, starting with him, which is the tribe of Judah, they are the what? Ones that have roused and put the brothers in the four corners of what? To teach the truth of the Bible. Not that watered down that love doctrine. Verse 39. Start at verse 38 again with the Psalm 18 and 38. I have wounded them that they were not able to rise. They are fallen under my feet. For thou hast girded me with what strength unto the battle. Thou hast subdued under me those who? Esau, Edom. That's the future. Oh, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man that rose up against me. Verse 40. Thou hast also given me the what? The necks of my enemies, that I might destroy them that what? That hate me. This is what we are waiting, which is the elect of this time, is waiting for what? Waiting for the destruction of our enemies, man. And the only way we're going to get on the hands of our enemies, man, nobody's going to free us out of, even Jake rebelling against our enemies, you're still not going to free ourselves. The only time we're going to get free out of the hands of our enemies is when what? Is when Yahweh shall return, who y'all ignorantly call Jesus. Let's go to verse 7, Deuteronomy 33 and 7. And this is the blessing of Judah. And he is Moses. This is what Moses said, right? Hear, Lord Yahweh, the voice of Judah, and bring him unto his people. Let his hands be sufficient for him, and be thou an help to him from his enemies. And right now, Esau, Edom is the number one enemy of what? Of us as a people. Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. And we are those judges along with what? Yahweh Shai, because you pull up the son of the Most High, you're going to see what? A blonde hair and blue eyed so-called white man. Why? Because you're in his kingdom. And the ignorance of our people always talking about it's no the color don't, his color don't matter. And yeah, it don't matter. If it didn't matter, why he got to be white? Ignorance of our people, man. And this is the blessing of Judah. And he said, hear, Lord Yahweh, the voice of Judah, and bring him unto his people, and let his hands be sufficient for him, and be thou help to him from his enemies. Let's drop down to verse 11. Bless Lord Yahweh his substance, and accept the work of his hands. Smite through the loins of them that rise against him, and of them that what? That hate him, that they rise not again. So once these devils are taken out of power and authority, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, would never rise again. And in the process of him going through 1,000 years or better of captivity in the hands of the Israelites, because everybody gonna whoop that. We're gonna, you know, this just the beginning portion of their ass whooping that Esau got for over 1,000 years. Let's drop down to verse 28, which is Deuteronomy 33 and 28. Israel then, this is the kingdom now. Israel then shall dwell in safety along the what? The fountain of Jacob shall be upon a land of corn and wine. Also his what? Heavens shall drop down dew. That means we're gonna be what? In the rulership of the earth. When you have control, drop down dew, that's rulership. Verse 29. Happy art thou, O Israel, the Israelites, start with the elect, who is like unto thee, O people, saved by the Lord Yahweh, the shield of thy help. Because y'all still around here calling on the name JC, Christ, Most High Christ blessed, you are in the wrong spirit. You're not in the spirit of wanting to be what? Free from the hands of our enemy, because you still calling on our oppressors God. You're what? You're not in the right spirit. So there's a great chance you're not going to be saved in that time. Happy art thou, O Israel, who is like unto thee, O people, saved by what? The Lord Yahweh, the shield of thy help, and who is the sword of thy excellency, and thy enemies shall be found liars. Thy enemies shall be found liars. Because Esau is good at what? What that is, Sirach 12 and 10. Never trust thy enemies, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. You know, this is a constant year after year after year that Esau Edom tell Jake the same lie over and over and over, and Jake listen to it over and over and over, man. Especially our women. As long as Eve getting what she want to get out of this kingdom, she can care less about the men of her counterpart, which is the so-called black man. They don't give a damn. Thy enemies shall be found liars unto thee, and thou shalt what? Tread upon their high places. Meaning what? Jake gonna fight back. Jake gonna fight back. Real quick, let's go to Isaiah. Hold on, I'm past it. That's 11 I want. Isaiah 11, I know what it is. 11 in verse, Isaiah 11 and 10. And in that day there shall be what? A root of Jesse. A root of Jesse. Jesse was who? Was King David's father, right? Which shall stand for an ensign of the people. To it shall be what? To it shall the what? The Gentiles seek. And those Gentiles was who? That's a great mystery in the scriptures that a lot of people through their ignorance using and trying to use the darkness of Esau Edom to combat concerning who were the Gentiles in the scripture that Apostle Paul and Yahushua himself, y'all even called Jesus, came for. That's a great mystery in the scriptures. Gentiles, what that? James 1 and 1, Luke 21 and 21. No, let's get that right quick. Yeah, there are lessons within lessons, y'all. What I say? Luke 21. Luke 21 and 21. Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out. And let not them that are what? In the countries enter thereunto. Meaning what? When they, this is where we ran. In other words, I could have went down a little further concerning compass, meaning our enemies surrounding us and compass us, just like they're doing on people over there in Gaza, where they did a trick, a gate all around them, or a trick, or whatever, where they got them, where they can't come out of Gaza and they starving them. This is the same people, the same Romans, which is Rome, which is America, Rome. Same people, same Edomites that done the same thing to us in those times. But James 1:1, where I should have went. But anyway, that's another. I don't want to get off topic, but it's in topic, but it's still off topic for me to go into some Gentiles. That's a whole nother subject. To it shall what? Shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall what? Shall set his hand again the second time to recover who? A remnant of his people. A remnant of his people. And who is that remnant? The elect. The elect. With that Joel 3 and 16. I think it's Joel. I know it's Joel. Right? Joel 3 and verse 3 and 16. The Lord Yahweh also shall roar out of Zion and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall shake, but the Lord Yahweh will be the hope of his people, not the world. His people possessive and the strength of the children of Israel. There it is right there. The second time to recover the remnant of his people, which is the elect, starting with the elect, which shall be left from what? Assyria. We are scattered in the four corners of America. And during that time, Syria, that's northern Babylon, and what? From Egypt. Remember I just read Luke 21:21? We scattered what? In the west, in the southern parts of what? Of Egypt, which is y'all call now Africa, which is the land of Ham, right? And from what? Petros, which is upper Egypt, and from Cush, Ethiopians, who y'all talking about the Ethiopian book, thinking that they are Israelite, they are nothing but Hamites too. Ethiopians and what? And from Elam, East Indians. That's what's the name? That woman, that vice president from last year, what her name is? Y'all know who I'm talking about. That's her nationality, right? That a lot of you all claim that she's part of us too. The ignorance of our people is unbelievable. And from Shinar, which is what? Babylon, right? Syria. And from the what? Hamas is Syria. And from the isles of the sea. Huh? Let me see, verse 12. And he shall what? Set up and what? An ensign. And what's that ensign? First, it's the Bible, the truth. For what? For the nations, and shall what? Assemble the what? The outcasts of Israel, of our people, starting with that remnant, which is what? That starting with the 144,000, then the women and children, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. So this is what you're seeing. What they Deuteronomy 28 and 64 tell you about the scatter of our people, right? The envy of Ephraim. Ephraim is what? The head tribe of the northern tribe of the children of Israel, which is the Cubans, Dominicans, Guatemala, Panamanian, American Indians, Seminole, Colombian, Mexicans, Argentina, Chile. Those are what? Those are the northern kingdom of the children of Israel. Outcasts of Israel, and gathered them together from the dispersed of Judah, from the four corners, which is the four corners of the earth, the world, because we're what? We're in the four corners, looking like every nation under the sun. What's under the sun? The earth. From the four corners of the earth, the envy of also of Ephraim, which is the head tribe or the northern tribe of the children of Israel, shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be what? Shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah. So we're not going to be envying one another and separating ourselves and calling ourselves this and being what? Enemies to one another. Because Esau did a fabulous job of making us enemies to one another. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. Remember the split, Jeroboam and Rehoboam? That was the split, the starting of the split between the northern and the southern tribe of the children of Israel, man. Now let's stay in Isaiah. Let's run to 42 and verse 1. Behold my servant, whom I uphold, my elect, in whom my soul delighteth. I have put my spirit upon him. He shall bring forth the judgment of the Gentile. And to start with who? Those Gentiles first of our people. Then in the process of what? Our enemies, they are all going to be what? Bring judgment on, because the wicked 2/3, they are Gentiles. Because why? Because they want to stay in this devil's kingdom, and they want to be part of this wicked kingdom that has nothing to do with them. And it's just like when we came out of Egypt. What did did? Ran right in the woods and started celebrating and dancing and made a damn golden calf to celebrate. And then in the process, when we were going there, a lot of you all wanted to go back because you wanted can't go without. That's just like now the Jake they can't go 10 hours without having some food in their belly, man. This is what we're headed to. I'm gonna close this out, man. I'm already about 50 minutes in, so let's go to Luke. I'm gonna close this out. I'm gonna close this out of Luke. Actually Luke 1. Go back. Luke 1 in verse. Luke 1 and hold up. 1 and 32. Right. Luke 1 and 32. He shall be great and shall be called the Son of the Highest. Who is that? Who y'all equally call Jesus, y'all. That's the Heavenly Father, your Son, Yahushua. Son of the Highest, and the Lord God shall give unto him the what? The throne of his father David. I just read that in Isaiah 11. Right? Read that again. And he shall be great and shall be what? Called the Son of the Highest, and the Lord God shall give unto him the throne of his father David. And he shall reign over the house of Jacob forever. And of his kingdom there shall be no end. This who the kingdom of heaven belong to, always belong to. So this is what we're waiting on, and y'all can look for a lot more of the ass whooping to get. I mean, Esau gonna put his work in too, cause it's still his kingdom, and he still he still got his blessing in his hand, which is those weapons. So Jake, you gonna get it too now, cause Esau just getting started. The Heavenly Father is slow grinding you wicked 2/3, and in the process he is slow grinding the Edomites as well. Y'all are suffering slowly. It's not gonna be a fast. It's gonna be, when it do hit, it's gonna hit. But y'all gonna have a slow suffering, where you're gonna be most of you are gonna be committing. You know what? In the process, jumping from buildings and all kinds. They're not putting all that on the news. They're not doing that. Blowing your brains out, whatever. Drowning yourselves. So when that number say, call Lord Yahweh by Hashem, Yahushua by Hashem, Rokah Kodash, Shalom.